Look, for the last few years, we've lived in a country where I think people have lost hope because they have seen everything go wrong in Washington. But if people stand firmly on their 2 feet where they live, in their neighborhoods, where they're raising their families, where their opportunities can grow, then we're going to be better not only as a city, but as a country.
This is Mr. Lawrence Robinson, another one of our bright young local leaders that we have coming up here in the South Mountain District 8.
Yeah. And so next year in the Roosevelt School District, we're going to open up every single one of our schools, and we're going to make sure that one of every single kid's mouths is fed in the morning and in the evening. So we're going to call it the Brooks Feeding Program. And we already have a community school that feeds our kids, but now every single one of them, the cafeteria is going to be open in the morning and the evening to feed kids in our district. And that's because of what your dad started and what you're continuing. So
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So really, I didn't know anything about this. Thank you.
So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're talking about food, everybody's comfortable. Talk about politics. Ooh, nobody wants to do that. Okay, and I think that's the problem. They're very connected. They're obviously connected, and so that's how I would define a food desert.
We have the roots here to do this for thousands of years. In one generation, we've lost the connection back to the land, but we can connect it back together again by people like Greg and Pat, his wife, who have invested in the farm, really, to bring it back to life. And in all the other potential sites, whether it's the schools, where we're going to feed those kids who all live in food deserts, but yet go to campus for the majority of their day, or we connect all of the land that's producing food and shipping it out of here back to make sure that they give it to the families and the schools at a fair market rate, like the Spaces of Opportunity Project and others. And we make sure that we're churning again down here, because the Uber concept of getting people to the grocery store also can be the Uber concept of making sure that people who cook and distribute food, it is the next Los Dos Molinos, it's the next Morning Glory at the farm, and it's a way to plant economic development all throughout our community, particularly because our cultures down here are so related to food. So we are here at the daycare center that my mom built from scratch here on 7th Avenue and Southern. And what's really cool about this is everyone drives the 7s, and I do as well, and I get to see the place where my mom put down her roots here in South Phoenix. She always tells the story that her water broke here in the daycare center, and that I was almost born right here. And what was funny is that Greg just said something, a joke I never had thought about. He said, so you've been a supporter of small businesses since you were almost born. My mom had the resources to support us, but she also had the resources in the city to help her start a small business. So a big part of my campaign is going to be about how women and people of color in particular need all of those opportunities that have been cut since the years where my mom was able to start this small business. It's a very simple process to connect our communities back into the investments and the skills they need to start their own small business. We just need to connect those communities to those resources, and you'll see what South Phoenix will have in store for it. But here at the American Legion Post 65, we see that roots are also based within the people of a neighborhood. And we need to make sure that those roots have all of the resources that they need to succeed and to continue sustaining a neighborhood. Phoenix itself is as diverse as its neighborhoods, and this is only but one of our neighborhoods that has a story to tell and that needs to be connected.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, roots are that I knew your father when he worked with the Castro administration, and you know, the military brought him here. So he served diligently, and he met your mom, and that's how you came into existence here in the South Phoenix area.
Yeah, you can't come in here without hearing the story about your roots, and continuing to be rooted in this community, I think, is what makes all the difference. Everybody who's rooted here has a chance to do more if we connect them to the right resources so that they can succeed. That's why I'm running for Phoenix City Council in District 8 for my hometown and my home community, so that we can continue to do more and move forward for everybody who's already rooted here and everyone who should have the opportunity to grow their family right here in Phoenix. So thank you for all you're doing.
You bet. Appreciate your work.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
We got a lot more to do.
You bet.
Thank you. And so what I think the Phoenix City Council needs, and more importantly what the people who live here in my hometown and my home district need, is someone who will connect them to the opportunities they need to succeed to move the entire city forward. What does that mean? It means that everybody has the opportunity, if they want, to open a small business, that they have the opportunity to live in a safe neighborhood, where they have the opportunity to live in a place that they call home, where they see a future. We can do that, but we have to do it with smart policies, we have to do it together, and we have to do it with everyone at the table. So I'm Lawrence Robinson, running to represent our entire city, our residents of District 8, and to help Phoenix move forward.